Si, senor.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fantastic episode of For the Fans podcast. We are here. It's the quarter season mark, which is crazy to think that we're a quarter of the way through the season already.
Is our episode fantastic? You say that every week. Is our episode fantastic? I don't know, Shane. We haven't gone through it yet. I'm just kidding.
I want to smack you. You know
Does
what?
the truth
You know
hurt,
what?
Shane? Does the truth hurt?
Only people whose team is 3-1 can talk from here on. Oh, look, only me.
Hmm. Can we make grunting noises? Can we whistle?
Can I bark like I'm a Georgia fan?
Tell you what, Tyler. McKay and Matt can. Falcons cannot because I don't trust them.
That's rude.
Yeah,
you trust the Bears over the Falcons? Seriously?
Yes. 28-3 and all the other choke jobs the Falcons have done recently. Getting skunked by the Panthers?
Deeply offended. Deeply offended.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't get shut out 40-0 by the Panthers of all teams.
See, what you don't understand is culturally, that's very offensive to my people.
You mean Georgians?
Yes. Yes, exactly. That is exactly what I'm saying.
You want to know something? Jacksonville is like right down the street from Atlanta, so I've met many of your people.
And what?
Dan, I can't wait. I can't wait until Patrick Mahomes hangs 250 on your team this week.
You know, here's the thing. I think the Matt is thinking the Jaguars may win, and he is rooting his heart off for them.
Yeah, of course.
But sneakily,
yeah,
the Jazz defense has been kind of good. That's all I'm gonna say.
Good enough at stealing.
They had what, like three
signals, apparently.
Did they have 3 turnovers last week?
4. They have had.
Dang.
I think it's like 13 turnovers since the season started.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they're averaging like 3 to 4 a week.
Yeah, no, they look solid. I'm curious to see how that one's gonna go this week.
That offense needs to run through ETN at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm okay with that. Okay with that, fantasy-wise.
I need that to happen, and I think, honestly, I don't think the Chiefs' front defense is that great, so I think they should do that a little bit.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be good. We'll talk about that one here in a little bit more, Shane, because I know that's the one you have picked this week. But we got to recap what we got from week 4 here. That's been a little uncharacteristically quiet, so let's hear what he has to say about the Chargers and the Giants game, leaving us off here.
Oh shoot, that's because I muted him. No, I'm just kidding.
I was muted. I said to unmute myself. What the crap? I was talking the entire time.
Dang.
Hasn't someone done that before in this podcast?
He has. And he did it again. What a jerk. Can't believe it. So offended. But all offenses aside, yeah, let's talk about the Giants and Chargers game. Now, I've been a little bit, I wanted to cover this because of a couple of reasons. One, to see, are the Giants on the rise, or did the Chargers just have an off game? Because yes, they had Malik Neighbors go out.
I mean,
that is awful for them.
The Chargers lost Joe Alt, so they were on their third left tackle.
Yeah. But was he that big of a difference maker, or was it more of Russell Wilson could only throw it to him, and he's the only one that could catch the ball?
Dart?
No,
Russell, the weeks before.
Yeah, because no, Dart started. Oh, you're talking about like 2 weeks before. Got it.
Yeah, right.
Got it.
In this game, obviously Dart started, but was it that the difference maker for the Giants to be able to compete and beat the Chargers? or was it just the Chargers had an off game? I'm leaning towards Giants are on a comeback after this game.
I mean, they got Cam Scatterboo.
Right.
Thank you for hyping him up, McKay. I took your bet that Scatterboo was gonna be good and grabbed him in as many leads as I could, and some people were like, "Whoa, you grabbed him early," and I'm like, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna bide my time, and it paid off.
I grabbed him in the draft.
I mean,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I grabbed him in the draft in a couple of leagues.
Oh, I definitely drafted him. I was drafting him like round.
Except for ours,
6 or
because you got
7.
mad at me when it happened.
I did a little bit, yeah. I was like, no, there goes Scat, my baby boy, my Pookie.
The thing was, in our 4-man draft, I'm pretty sure 3 of us were about to take Scatterboo with the Nets pick.
100%. I remember that.
Like, I had my finger on him. I'm like, he's gonna come to me and it's gonna make McKay mad, and then I can try to trade him.
Yeah. But if you look at him, like, compared to Hampton, he did get less yardage, but I feel like Scatterboo brings an energy to the team that elevates everyone else. Like, they just play better.
Literally.
It's given that he's been a really great hype man for Jackson Dart. I don't know if you've seen that,
Oh,
but like
yeah.
it's worked out really well. There's a good chemistry between those two. I've noticed
Right.
is evident.
Yeah.
And it's brought a new level of attitude to the Giants. I would agree that the Giants are on the up and up. I'm not, going right into it being like, oh yeah, no, the Giants are back, but the Giants play the Saints this week. That's a winnable game.
That they should definitely win that game.
Although the Saints have been frisky, I wouldn't count them out yet.
Yeah.
Can
I
you
will
really
say
call a
that-
team that's 0-4 frisky?
Yes, considering that they aren't getting blown out by the Panthers.
Yeah.
Ouch.
To be fair,
Oh.
looking at them,
Woo.
they had a close game with the 49ers. They had a close game with the Cardinals. The Seahawks kind of did them dirty. The Bills did them a little dirty, but 12 points isn't as much as I thought the Bills would hang on Saints.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. That's been I get when you said frisky, Shane. That's where your argument came from. Is that hey, it was kind of an ugly win that the Bills had over the Saints, whereas the Bills should have just blown them out.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Seahawks did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I can see that.
No.
I can agree.
yeah, I enjoyed the game, the Chargers and Giants game. Like I feel like the Chargers will be fine. It's just a loss against a good team. So
And
I think it was.
injuries.
I don't even necessarily. Yeah, I don't think it was like a good team as far as the Giants. I think it was just the Giants were playing with a chip on their shoulder. Going into that game saying we've got to do well. We've got a new quarterback. We've got some inspiration here behind us. Maybe a little bit more fire under them when it's like, well, crap. Now our star wide receiver is now out for the season. We've got to go and win this game and get something out of this. That's what happened.
yeah.
And then Scatterboo just willing to run through a wall for getting an extra yard, which I love.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Tyler, why don't you cover Eagles and Buccaneers? It's your recap from last week, and I watched this game too. So yeah, I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
Okay. So obviously an interesting game. I feel like Eagles have not played what I would call a pretty game so far this season.
Mm-hmm.
Not a game that really demonstrates their deserving of number one ranking. However, I do think they played a pretty hefty lineup. I think they played some good teams, and I think that it's understandable why most people put them at the number one spot. But then you see them play a team like the Bucks that I really think could have gone just as easily that game to the Bucks, depending on field position and a couple other things. But I think we see a 3-1 Eagles this week with just a few changes to that game that could have gone either way. So I think this says a couple of things. One, I think it shows some of the power behind the Bucks, but I think it also shows maybe the Eagles don't have quite the foundation that I think a lot of people maybe think that they do. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people don't think they do. Maybe everyone's thinking like me that maybe they're a little shaky, but I think this game showed it.
I agree with you, considering that all 4 of their wins have been one possession games. They've never put their opponents out.
But this is exactly what we said about the Chiefs last year, right? Chiefs were winning by one possession, super lucky games, and they still ended up in the Super Bowl.
I mean, good teams win close games. That's kind of the mantra of, if you're a good team, you can win a close game. Bad teams will lose a close game.
Right.
To your point, Tyler, this is not the juggernaut team from last year. It's still a good team, but it's not the juggernaut team that, obliterated the Chiefs in the Super Bowl last year.
Absolutely.
And maybe something to add with that too, because I completely agree with you, where it's a thing of, it's like, if certain plays had gone differently, if they had not had certain penalties happen, if Baker Mayfield hadn't thrown that that under pressure interception towards the end of the game, we might be looking at a Buccaneers team that is undefeated. Now that said, I despite that loss, you definitely don't rule out the Buccaneers. I'll just say this: in a couple of weeks from now, when Mike Evans comes back from his hamstring injury and Baker Mayfield has the options of throwing to Godwin, Evans, and Egbuka, that's scary.
Egbuka has been emerging as like a top wide receiver in the league.
Egbuka is the runaway favorite for Offensive Rookie of the Year now. I don't think any of you could disagree with me on that.
I think he is number 1, but I could see Scadaboo coming up pretty close to that.
You just like Scadaboo because he's on all your fantasy teams.
No, I also think Scadaboo's pretty solid. He's turning into the RB1 for the Giants, and on a Giants team that doesn't really have any weapons, they gotta run it through someone.
Well, he is great. Don't get me wrong, and he is the RB1 there basically right now with Tyrone Tracy's injury. But if you look at stats, it's Egbuka.
Yeah.
I don't think any other rookie really comes close. Hampton's doing okay. All the quarterbacks are kind of nothing.
You've actually got a lot of players who are actually technically ranked higher than Cam Scadaboo right now for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Apparently, there's higher predictions. This is just odds based, so don't get me wrong. This isn't based off of stats or pure rankings or anything like that. But if we're looking at it from an odds perspective, Egbuka is the runaway favorite at plus 300. Jackson Dart enters the race at plus 600. Cam Ward is up next. And then you have
no way.
Yep, and then you have Ashton Jeanty and Omarion Hampton.
I would put Hampton over Jeanty. Jeanty has had one good game so far. Hampton.
But look at you got to look at the teams around them as well. You can't just say, "Oh, well, he's only performed really one good game." I think you got to look at it and say, "Okay, he's had one great game when maybe he shouldn't have, and the rest of the time he's played pretty well."
Well, I mean, if you notice, his one good game came from when he returned to his college position.
Yeah, the Michael Myers position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Once they let him be in his natural position of how he likes to stand when lining up, he went off, and I'm like, you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
I think if Cam Scadaboo and Jackson Dart continue to do well and start to rack up some wins for the Giants, I actually think they might cancel each other out. It would not surprise me if your 3 finalists end up being Egbuka, Jeanty, and Hampton, Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Agreed.
I mean, if you're going to ask me, I think most of the rookie offensive players have kind of just been meh.
No, I actually think the rookie offensive players have been great, but the quarterbacks have been weak.
I mean, I'm sitting here with Travis Hunter at number 2, and I'm just like, didn't excite me before, has not excited me yet.
Yeah, I understand that. But guess what? Tyler, back me up on this, because I know you will. Remember. Well, hold on. What I was saying, Matt can back me up on this too, because you got to understand this, Shane, and I know you don't follow college. You got to remember that Matt and Tyler and I all cheer for teams in the Big 12, and not any of us really had faith in the abilities of Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter at Colorado. We didn't think Colorado was all that great. We thought they were okay. We didn't understand why there was so much overhyping for Shedeur and Travis Hunter, and it kind of paid out in a way from the point of why did they retire them at Colorado when they didn't go to the playoffs, they didn't win a championship, they didn't win the Big 12 championship, and they got blown out in the Alamo Bowl by BYU.
It's all media attention. It's all media attention.
Honestly,
they got media attention, so they retired their numbers. Simple as that.
Like with Coach Prime there. And,
Mm-hmm. But has their talent? There's a talk. I guess what I'm trying to say, and again, this is where I say, Matt, Tyler, back me up here. Do we kind of believe? I mean, I think Shedeur speaks for himself, but do we believe that Travis Hunter was a little overrated in college, and that is transferred here now that he's in the NFL? It's showing that he's overrated.
100%.
I think he was put up on a pedestal.
I mean, I don't think he's like horrible. I mean, he has some really, really good flashy plays, but I don't think he was worth the number 2 overall. And I hope he proves me wrong. I do, and I've said that before. I hope he proves me wrong. But right now,
he was the gimmick pick. He was the gimmick pick because he could play both sides of the ball. I mean, we know that. You know what I mean?
And I think he's average at both, but I don't think he's elite at both.
No, he's not. And so, but even so, playing at the same level, we had this conversation this week over text. We talked about overtime and how these players shouldn't have to play into overtime because they get exhausted. How can this guy, who's now playing offense and defense, make a full game when he's playing both sides of the ball?
He's been playing,
I mean, he's taking limited snaps. Yeah, he's playing limited snaps on both sides is part of it.
Sure.
But I guess.
But then is he really useful in either of those positions? He's playing limited snaps.
They're scheduling him for basically a flex position primarily on defense. I think he's there almost every play on offense. On defense, they have special plays designed for his role.
I guess maybe to your point, Shane, and I'm just going to use this as an example here, is when you look at the Heisman finalists for this last year, obviously with Travis Hunter being the winner. Well, sometimes it does pay off. I would like to point to the fact that, some Heisman winners are Jaden Daniels, Devontae Smith, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. Sometimes it's correct. Okay, but I'm just naming off a few there. Notice how I didn't say Caleb Williams. Travis Hunter, the runner-up for the Heisman for this last year were Ashton Jantzy, Dillon Gabriel, and Cam Ward. Cam Ward's not been going great in Tennessee. Ashton Jantzy didn't have his big breakout game until this week, but it was still a loss. And we won't see anything from Dillon Gabriel until this week. So, yeah, you're right. It's hard to validate what we've seen in college and how it translates to the NFL. I mean, Tyler, we'll use this example, right now, right out the gate here. Statistically, what they're looking at right now, the best wide receiver in the NFL right now came from BYU. I don't think anyone was expecting that. I don't think anyone was expecting Puka Nacua to be where he's at right now.
We all thought that Puka Nacua would go to the NFL, but none of us thought that he would be leading the NFL. So what indicators can show this kind of thing?
Yeah,
I think with this being said, this discussion, and obviously we can move on once we're done, but I think it's the NIL is the biggest issue that overhypes players, because obviously the ones that are going to chase money are going to go to all the big teams. They'll get all the flashy, they'll get all the media, but they're not necessarily the best players.
So, but for a player like Puka Nacua, who left and joined the NFL before NIL, what does that show? I mean,
he was there during NIL. No, he was there during NIL. His last, I think,
initially
last 2 years.
I mean,
again,
did it really do anything for him?
Yeah, just getting
it kind of
on
did.
NIL sponsorship.
But still, it's like even in college, like he had the work ethic that he had to earn what he wanted. It wasn't that, oh, he came from a super strong high school. Oh, it was like he had to grind to get to where he's at. And I think you're going to see a lot of differences like that in the upcoming drafts and upcoming players where all the ones that are overhyped aren't necessarily the best.
I mean, I feel like that's been the case.
He clearly had something. He clearly had something, Matt, because I still stand by the fact that the biggest offensive-minded genius in the NFL right now is still Sean McVay, and Sean McVay wanted him for the Rams, and so he must have seen something.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to like sit down with an NFL scout to like talk to them about like evaluating things, because we look at like players from current day where it's like everyone's doing the first rounds, people will be like, oh, well, these people are just busts, these people haven't done well, and I feel like there's been a slew of them lately. But we go back like 10, 20 years ago, I feel like a lot of talent was being found in like the later rounds in this 2 through 5. I mean, look at Tom Brady, deemed the greatest quarterback of all time. He was what, a 6th round pick?
He was the last pick.
Oh, 7th round?
Yep.
Sheesh. But I mean, that's my point. It's like you can find great players late round, and honestly, I'm just kind of very curious of how does a player that does so good in college just do nothing in the pros, and then people that were kind of just like on the edge of college where they were good enough to make it to the NFL but not great in college somehow flourish in the pros.
Yeah.
I think there's just a better way to analyze it now. You know what I mean? And that's why we're probably seeing more of those players who the scouts do get right early on. Just with the I think it's just with the evolution of analytics. You know what I mean? I hate to go the Moneyball route, but I do think that does play a little bit of a role in it.
Yeah. At least you're not going the draft day route.
No.
No matter what, I'm going to trade away all these picks. All right, now give me all of them back, plus this person because I want him.
Yeah, no. Hey, I'll move on here really quickly though, just because we do want to talk about this game because this game is hilarious here. But the Cowboys and Packers game on Sunday Night Football, we won't go into the drama that we talked about as far as overtime and whether overtime rules should be changed. We had enough of that discussion, off air and stuff like that. But the biggest thing to take about this, we chatted a lot about this game last week.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to get a quick little recap of your guys' thoughts here of. Now at this point, between these two teams, where do we go from here? Do we believe that the Cowboys can essentially right the ship without CeeDee Lamb because they didn't win, but they didn't lose either? Are things going to improve for them? And also, how good are the Packers actually? Because I'm just going to use this example here, and I'm only going to use it once. But the Bears annihilated the Cowboys, but the Packers couldn't. So, where does everything stack up?
I mean, I just gotta say this, McKay, as a Bears fan, this was the best outcome for you, especially because you hate the Cowboys and the Packers. Neither one of them wins, neither one of them loses. You walk away happy.
It's actually, no, the best outcome is if they could both lose, but a tie is kind of a little constant.
Well, that's not a thing in the NFL. One team has to win, lose, or tie.
Well, maybe I can hope that the next time they both play, because I think the Packers are on bye this week, just like the Bears, that they both lose their next few games. That's the best outcome.
Be a sad day for Tom Grossi.
So what do we think, Cowboys? Matt, I want to ask you for Cowboys. Where do you think they go from here? You think there's a chance for them?
I think they'll do what they typically always do. They will have a good game. They'll look really good and then just start choking. Doesn't matter who they're playing, they'll just kind of drop off and either barely get into the playoffs or they'll miss it again. Mm-hmm. And they did the same thing last year. They had one amazing game with a great team. They're like, oh man, they're back. And then they kind of just fall off to non-existence again. So I feel like they'll just be the typical Cowboys. because they don't have the coaching staff, they don't got the players to do anything dramatic.
They don't have the right owner.
Yeah, they'll just
That's
yeah,
new.
they'll probably have one more game where it's like everyone's like, "Oh yeah, they got it," and then they'll just choke. It's just it's the MO for the Cowboys.
Man, is it possible that we see the Cowboys
Stop,
finish last in the NFC East? Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah, but
A long shot, but it could happen.
yeah, that's my prediction. I think this will be the one out of the two good games that they actually play really well, and then they'll just suck the rest of the time.
Yeah. Well, and I think the Packers aren't that far off either. I could see them.
No.
I think it's just going to be another similar season where it's just at best they're going to sneak in as the set seed and
Yeah,
bounce not long after that.
I think on the Packers side, I think Jordan Love is kind of like a younger version of Dak Prescott, where he has flashes of brilliance, but when he chokes, he chokes.
Yeah.
Like he craps the bed bad. So I even though they have a great defense, I just don't think when it matters the Green Bays are good enough to put up points.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Shane, let's move on here. Sorry, actually, Tyler, I don't mean to leave you out. What do you got? Do you got anything you want to add to this?
Well, he's just
and then we'll
almost
move on
never
with Shane.
here at this point, so it's weird.
Oh, whatever.
No, I don't have anything else to add. I've agreed with everything. So, well, I can't say I've agreed with everything that's been said, but nothing more to comment.
Fair enough.
Good deal. All right, Shane, Jets Dolphins. What do we got to say about that one?
I mean, this one.
Obviously, there's a big elephant in the room with Tyreek Hill, but beyond
Yep,
that,
that's kind of the main thing I wanted to bring up. The Dolphins get their first win, but at what cost? Losing Tyreek Hill, who I gotta say it. Is it just me, or did he look really happy to get injured?
I think he was happy. Actually, what? I'll have to look this up. Actually, you guys talk. I need to check something.
He was like on the cart smiling, where I don't know if it was like a front for the fans being like, I'm good, like, cause like players when they get injured, they'll do that. They'll like wave at the fans, they'll try and smile for the fans and like get the fans to stay in the game and keep rooting for their team, especially at home. I don't know if that was necessarily the case, because he did say that he wanted to retire around the age of 30, so part of me was just like, watching that injury, I'm like, did he just go into retirement with that injury? Because he's out for the year. His knee is messed up in all sorts of parts and tore multiple ligaments and all sorts of other stuff.
Well, and had to run to the hospital for immediate surgery simply just because when your knee gets dislocated like that, it can basically bear down on nerves and also arteries and veins that if you don't get that corrected, you're going to lose complete blood flow to your leg.
And I mean,
they had to move fast.
And I've dislocated my knee. It's not even it is a painful thing, and mine was not that major. So I'm impressed he was even smiling, honestly.
Oh, he dislocated his knee and twisted it. 90 degrees.
His leg turned backwards.
Yeah, it did. It was quite ugly.
Terribly comfortable.
Now, I will say, with him going down, what does this mean for the Dolphins season?
Jalen Waddle fantasy owners can rejoice.
Hey, more Penguin time.
Oh, so I found out what I was going to comment. So he was smiling because he just restructured his contract for $106 million for an extension of 3 years, and it's guaranteed to make $65 million a year for the next 3 seasons. Since 2024. So that's why he was smiling. Guaranteed money, $65 million over the next 3 seasons. So that's why he was smiling, because even if he's ended now, he's still gonna get paid $65 million for the next 3 years.
That's funny.
That's wild.
Wow.
I mean, it's not a bad setup to go out on.
No,
not at all.
Freaking invest all that money, never has to work a day in his life.
Oh wow. Well, Matt, why don't we move on here? We just covered the Jets and the Dolphins. Let's switch to the other two teams in the AFC East with the matchup with the Patriots and Bills this week. What do you got for us?
Well. Look, I'm just kidding. So, going into this game, obviously in Buffalo, Bills are being the typical Bills, but are the Patriots beginning to show life and compete ability? I think that's a word. To be in the playoffs. With this game, if they win, I will guarantee they're going to be in the playoffs. They might not be number 1 seed, but they will be in the playoffs. Guaranteed.
Wow.
That was a very bold
Bold.
take.
Guaranteed. Because, yeah, they have to play the Bills again, and they might seek revenge and lose at home. But I feel like that confidence boost from now, if they win this week, to week 14 when they face the Bills again, is just going to grow. And then they'll be like the same, I wouldn't say caliber, but they would be on the same playing field. If they continue to go up in play and production, they'll compete with the Bills. They have all the pieces on defense, and their offense is the only thing that's the slow roll.
Is Gonzalez back from injury?
I don't think so.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt a little.
Maybe a bit.
Because you also got the Bills rocking their new rivalry ice uniforms that look so good.
Yeah, they are.
So good.
Oh. That was by far like the
Matt,
best made one.
Gonzalez is back.
Oh.
He's not listed as questionable.
Oh, wow.
The only people that are questionable
the
on the injury report is Milton Williams, Clavon Cassian, I think is how you say his last name, and Jalen Hawkins. They're all 3 questionable. Everyone else is good, except for obviously Jacqueline Rowe, Tavai, and Dial Jr. And then they pretty much have a completely healthy offense. The left guard, Jared Wilson's a little shaken up from last week, but he's still questionable, but he'll play. But everyone else is in. No one else is hurt.
And this is where I want to take this differently here, Matt. Even if the Patriots do lose, I think that this game is actually going to be closer than most people think. So even if the Patriots come out on top, I think it will still be a boon to them that they, can run the table moving forward.
Yeah. I guess my hottest take of all of this is probably the hardest game that they're going to have, the Bills, for the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Which we talked about before, that they had one of the easier schedules this year. So, I mean, that tracks.
Yeah, but I don't think, even that people hate them, I don't think the 3% is warranted for the Patriots in this game. I feel like that's a little bit disrespectful. I think it's more that no one wants to see the Patriots for another 2 decades.
Up it a little bit.
And the fact that people see Buffalo as running the table and being the number 1 seed.
Yeah, and I might add, technically, Drake May is playing better than Josh Allen.
What does that mean?
Wise.
Okay, just numbers.
Drake May is 12 yards shy of 1,000. Allen's at 964. He has 7 touchdowns. So does Drake May. The only thing that Josh Allen doesn't have is 2 interceptions. He only has 1.
And Josh Allen has Haley Steinfeld as a wife now, so.
Yeah. Well, Drake May has a stable home life. He just got engaged at the beginning of the year, so.
Josh Allen has to get his 2nd ring.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. Throw the predictions in. Shane, go real quick. Who do you think it's going to be?
Bills.
I got the Bills. And Matt, you got the Pats?
Correct, sir.
Now, we'll say I think the Pats will put up a fight. I do not think this is going to be easy.
Yeah.
It won't go quietly.
My matchup monster for this game is going to be the only one that's the issue, and that's Cook.
Mm-hmm. James Cook.
If he has a big game, Ramondre Stevenson's absolutely awful, and he should be replaced. But I'm not the
Travion
coach.
Henderson, I agree. Travion
Correct.
Henderson should be getting the ball more, but they
Yeah.
don't give it to him.
But I think if Cook has a good game, this game will be a loss for the Patriots.
I want to see something really good from Khalil Shakir. That's what I'm taking.
Yeah, I like it.
I agree
Despite
with
our different. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was
Shane.
gonna say I agree with Matt on the Cook, but honestly, that Bills offense is just so diverse. It's hard to narrow it down to one for me.
Mm. Yeah, but recently it's Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Like it, like you said, like you should want to agree with me just because he's dangerous. Like he's playing really well, and if he has free reign, it's hard to compete with that.
Honestly, I'm gonna say Allen because I think as long as Josh Allen plays clean football, it's gonna be hard for the Patriots.
I'm going to take Cook as well. I think Cook's going to run all over the Patriots, but we'll see. We'll see.
It's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a good game.
Shane, what do you think? I'm glad we didn't let Matt take the Chiefs and the Jags. Glad we let you do that this week.
I realize I'm walking into a trap by putting the Chiefs on the list in general. But I want to talk about this one because I feel like, one, Monday Night Football, and I'm pissed I don't get this game. A little pissed off I don't have normal ESPN and I have ESPN Plus. But the Chiefs have been struggling a bit, and the Jaguars' defense has looked really good, where Mahomes has looked kind of shaky, causing fumbles, not having the best awareness as he used to have. And that Jaguars defense has had 13 turnovers on this season so far, so I think it's going to be like Mahomes versus the defense, and I think the Jaguars could sneakily squeeze by with a win and just kind of do an upset. I mean, I think everyone's banking on the Chiefs because the Chiefs went to the Super Bowl, it's the Chiefs, yada yada yada. But I don't think it's going to be as big of a blowout as a lot of people are saying it's going to be. I think Trevor Lawrence needs to step up and be a good player, and if they're going to throw the ball, all the receivers need to come down with it and not have one of the top in drops for the league right now.
Well, according to Las Vegas, it shouldn't be too much of a blowout.
Yeah, they're saying
they actually have it pretty close.
Difference?
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't think it was going to be a blowout. I don't think the Chiefs are a good enough team to deem that against the Jags, but I do have the Chiefs winning. But I think a lot of that just has to do with who's at the helm, and I just think the Chiefs are a little bit better on their feet. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
I am. Go ahead, Shane.
I was just say, yeah. I mean, I see why you're saying that. I'm gonna go for the upset. I'm gonna say the Jags pull away with this just on the back of that defense.
I don't think that the Chiefs are good enough to be able to really sustain this. I think if anything, and hopefully I don't open the can of worms when I say this, unless there's, referee interference that allows the Chiefs to get this win. I will say I take the Jags for two accounts. One of which is that this game is not in Arrowhead like the Ravens game was. It's in TIAA Bank. And two, the Ravens defense, it has been surprisingly one of the worst defenses this year, and it's just given up points like no other. That's not what the Jaguars defense does as much, and I think that'll cause a real problem for the Chiefs. So I actually got the Jags winning this game.
Also, the Jags may be pulling out the classic throwback Prowlers again for this game, so I'm like, oof. It's serious when we're pulling out the Prowlers because we have a good record when we wear the Prowlers.
There you go. That's all you need. I
Oh,
believe in you,
give me my
Shane.
retro unis. All right, Matt. I want your take. I want it bad.
He's speechless.
Wow,
Gagged by a blowout.
There
40
it is.
to plus 10.
Matt,
Actually,
what will you
9.
do
9.
if
All
the
field
Jaguar?
goals.
Matt, what will you do if the Jaguars somehow shut out the Chiefs?
No, they're going to shut out the Chiefs. You watch.
I like
You
want to
watch.
see Matt's reaction if the Jaguars were to somehow shut out the Chiefs.
Oh, I'll just tell you, I told you so. Chiefs are not that good. I don't care what the analysts say, all the people that ride them till the freaking honeymoon. No, they're not that good.
In a weird turn of events, I am shocked that everyone is picking my team to win, especially against the Chiefs. So I'm a little broken in my brain right now.
I
Yeah,
apologize. I'm the only one going against you.
You're fine.
I
think
like the
you're doing the safe
differentiation,
pick.
Tyler.
I think you're doing the safe pick, and I don't think that's a bad
He
thing.
is doing the safe pick.
It's not even the safe pick. I just
I know, that's the thing. It's not even really that safe, but you're doing the quote-unquote safe pick because it's the history of the Chiefs within the past 4 or 5 years of just being able to win games constantly, and the Jaguars being able to just lose.
yeah.
I think Armstead is going to break the arm of Patrick Mahomes.
Dang.
He's going to put his freaking ugly face in the dirt at least 3 times.
I'm a little sad that Trayvon Walker is questionable with the wrist injury because him and Josh Allen combined are like top 5 of pressure rates among for quarterbacks, and I'm just like, ugh, to have that against Mahomes would be so good.
Yeah, yeah, like I said, I don't think this game is going to go the way everyone thinks.
So speaking of Chiefs beating the Ravens, Ravens Texans.
We didn't do our matchup monster, you madman.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Tyler can't even name a Jaguar player, so he's like, let's just move on. Let's move on.
I picked the Chiefs to win. I don't foresee the Jags needing a matchup monster because they're not going to get one, sadly.
Okay,
And I got to go with
Chiefs.
Mahomes.
Wow.
Are the great and mighty.
The extra safe pick.
If you want me to break out, I'll say Xavier Worthy. But still, I feel like Mahomes is going to be the one who's
still injured.
He's back. He played last week too.
He played last week.
He did, yeah.
See, I wasn't paying attention to the Chiefs game, so I wouldn't know.
Give me Josh Hines Allen just because I really want Brian Thomas Jr. to have his breakout game. But the problem is Shane Waldron is your offensive coordinator, so I don't know about that.
Ugh, I don't like Waldron.
My second favorite Allen in the NFL.
The real Josh Allen. That was the joke a few years back when the Jaguars were just smacking the Bills all the time.
All right, Tyler, let's you have your moment.
Yes, finally. The upset of the week. In my opinion. Ravens Texans.
Okay.
I think the Ravens have looked like absolute trash. Absolute trash. And for some reason, analytics still have them winning this one. And I don't think there's any way. I think Texans came ready to slaughter last week and are starting to show they've got a little bit of ability. And I think they're going to continue that ability this week. Obviously, I think the only thing that stops them is a certain running back, unnamed perhaps, running back, taking off and actually having a decent game again and just running the crap over them. But I don't see that happening either because Texans have a decent defense. So, decent rush defense. But yeah, I'm taking the Texans for this one, and I do think it's going to be the upset of the week.
I don't think it's going to be an upset for the main reason of I agree with you. The Ravens, I think, are just too injured, and without Lamar, the Texans are healthy. I think the Texans just have an easy one because Lamar is going to be out.
I guess you're right because
No,
I'm looking at the
I'm with
spread
you.
here, and it's a 1.5 point spread. So you're right. You're right. It's not supposed to be a major upset.
And a lot of people are banking on the Ravens to still pull it out, but I am with you. I think the Ravens are too beat up, missing Lamar. I think the Texans are just a stable team right now, and I think the stability is going to win out.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm going to take the Texans on this one, too. And I'm going to say the matchup monster is Woody Mark. I think that running back is who the Texans are going to run a lot of their offense through because there's some question marks with C.J. Stroud right now. But the run game, especially against the Ravens, that'll get stuff done. Who's next?
Great and wise Matt.
Oh, wow. Wow, feed
Oh,
the
thank
ego.
you. Making me blush.
Gosh.
Glaze.
It's about time someone else gets glazed besides Mahomes.
Gosh. It's only by Chris
I would say-
Collinsworth.
Yeah, I'm going with Texans, and I think the matchup monster, I'm going to go against everyone, say it has to be Stroud. He's got to show something. If he can ball out and show that, okay, I'm not having a slump, I think that'd be the best thing for him, especially this game.
Who's Stroud's backup right now?
I don't know.
No idea.
You're
Who's
asking-
back up? Sorry.
Stroud. McKay, you should know this. Who's Stroud's backup?
Let's
David
see.
Mills.
I don't know.
It's not.
Is it still Davis Mills?
It
Davis
is.
Mills, yeah.
What the heck?
He's still there?
Oh dear. So they're gonna give him a long leash.
Gosh.
That's funny.
Well, Matt, you should know this too. On the other side, Cooper Rush is the backup QB, and will probably get the start if Lamar's not playing. But his backup is Tyler Huntley. He's back with the Ravens.
Hey, Huntley.
That's crazy
Wow.
that he's back.
Guess who's
Yeah.
back? Back again.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. That's all. Yeah. That's all fair.
That's all she wrote, right?
All right, McKay. Let's
well.
go through this next one.
Yeah, actually my pick was Rams versus 49ers, but Shane pointed out something pretty interesting, and that was the fact that, pretty much everyone on the 49ers roster is hurt. I don't know if tomorrow's game is going to be that much of a game.
No.
Nah.
But what should be a good game are the Buccaneers and the Seahawks, who are both teams that are looking pretty good right now. It seems like Sam Darnold has come in as a bit of an answer, at least certainly an improvement over Geno Smith. And things along the offense are firing there. They're looking good. But the Buccaneers, at the same time, too, we had this conversation earlier that the Buccaneers, they're a solid team, too. And so having these two teams go against each other, I think that's going to be something really, really entertaining to see. And potentially might even be the best game of the week. But I guess the question that I will ask before we kind of start going into, the who's and the what's and the matchup monsters is how do you think this is going to look, guys? Do you think this will be a bit more of a defensive back and forth, or do you think it's going to turn into an offensive shootout?
I see it being a shootout.
Yeah.
Does 30 points for both teams equate to a shootout?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll admit it will be fun to see these two teams that were cut by the Panthers, or these two players that were cut by the Panthers, now, shine on their other two teams.
Right.
Okay. With that, man, I'm having a hard time choosing between this one. I gotta say, I think I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers.
I gotta go with the Bucs too, but closer
Yep.
than you think. I think the Seahawks will keep it close.
It's so close.
Tyler?
I am going to take the Seahawks.
Called
Glad
it.
you did.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Then
I think the
sea
Seahawks are
chickens.
looking tough.
They are.
And I'd like to see the Bucs go down. taken off their
Oh,
horse, their pretty
gosh.
high horse, one more step. So
I
why not?
forgot it's a division
Hey,
rival for you.
careful with that. Careful with that. It might come to bite you.
When we went
It
over our
probably,
least
it
favorite
definitely
teams,
will.
Tyler, your least favorite team in the NFL is the Buccaneers, right? Or did you say it was like the Saints or something?
It's the Eagles.
Oh.
Eagles are least favorite in the NFL. Actually, none of my division rivals are actually in my bottom 10 because I
Wow.
actually enjoy getting to see those games, and it's not the
You
vehement
enjoy getting to
hatred that
see
I feel.
You enjoy getting to see the Panthers play? Ugh.
I know. Well, I just enjoy the games. The Panthers are my least favorite NFC South team, if that
I was
makes you
like,
feel any
I
better.
lived in North Carolina.
Yeah,
Like,
there's the
I lived
answer.
like 15 minutes from their stadium. I've been to their stadium many a times. Did not like the Panthers a whole lot.
No, they're dumb, stupid.
I like
My
a few
least
select.
my least
I
favorite
like
cat team.
players from them. Gosh, I like players from them, but I've never loved the organization that much.
I can agree with that full-heartedly. You've come to the right place, Shane. I will hate on them too.
Although I gotta say, I do love me some Saints.
And
And
you know
Drew-
what? If they didn't
Drew
have one of my
Brees was
favorite
there.
players in the NFL, yeah, when
like-
when Hill and Breeze were both there, it was
That was-
really hard when they played
loved
the
the
Falcons
Saints
because
when
I was
Brees
like,
was there.
crap.
Oh man, I loved Drew Brees. Remember growing up playing Madden, I would just trade some players to get Drew Brees on my team. Oh, it was so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and then matchup monsters. Who picked Baker? Who's that?
Matt,
Yeah.
That was
and
me.
who picked Igbuka?
I did.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think you'll have another good game. Tyler, matchup monster.
Who do I want to take as my matchup monster?
Bucky Irving. Hey Shane, did that pan out for you last week?
I don't remember what the deal was, but it did
Yeah,
help.
yeah.
It did. He has to bench a player.
Well, what was the premises of the deal? Was it points or certain amount of rushing yards? I don't remember, and I haven't
Bucky
reviewed the footage
Irving.
yet.
He had to get over 25 fantasy points
Over
in order for the deal to go
25.
through.
Hold on.
Yep.
It was close, so I will have to check that.
He got 27.
He got 25.5.
That
Oh.
counts.
Looks like you have to bench some people.
I am benching Bijan Robinson because he's on a bye, and I'm just having him in the lineup.
Nope, that doesn't count.
Yes,
It has to be
yes,
a
it
current
got so
active
excited.
player,
No.
homie. It cannot
bench
be a buy.
I can't
No.
bench anyone because then I'll have to drop someone.
Nope.
Literally,
Yes.
That's
I'm
the
so
easy way
excited
out.
for this, I kicked my headphone set off my hand, off my head. Oh, that is great.
So you want me to
You gotta
bench
do it,
someone?
Shane.
Okay, I mean, you want me to bench someone instead of just having a person on a bye who's scoring nothing?
Who is your starting quarterback?
It's either Josh Allen or Justin Herbert. Take your pick.
Who's your top running back?
ETN, Bijan, who's on a bun, Irving, I got Scadaboo, and Chase Brown. Which is why I said I'm just gonna have Bijan because he's on the
Yeah.
bye.
No, you gotta do something more than that. Who's your lead wide receiver?
I got AJ Brown, Brian Thomas, Zay Flowers, and Nico Collins. 'cause
Oh,
he's
darn
hurt.
Bleh.
Who do you start?
I have been living on a prayer with my wide receivers.
Yeah, I've
I
been
think-
doing that in a couple of leagues too.
Because I mean, I looked at our waiver and I'm like,
All
wow,
right,
all the top ones.
let's-
There's a couple I would pick.
I
Let's
say,
pull up
Shane, this
Shane's-
probably this won't even hurt you that much, but I say bench Josh Allen and put Justin Herbert in. We'll call that your punishment.
Oh, see,
Or-
I was
or
just gonna have
because-
Bijan on his bye in the starting lineup.
Oh,
yeah.
that would be fine.
Yeah, that works. That works.
Okay, yeah. See, I already had it set up like that. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep Bijan there because he's getting no points. So
Gotcha. Yeah,
We
no,
were
that
gonna
works.
be way more
Well,
friendly.
if I remember right, I was the one that was gonna lose if he didn't. So I feel like I should choose what he has to do.
Okay, would you rather me get
No,
0 points, or
that's
would you
too
rather me
mean.
swap Josh Allen for Justin Herbert? We said one player, so.
One player,
Mhm.
cool.
We
You
did say
have
one
to-
player.
You have to swap out Omario Hampton for Bucky Irving.
Well, Bucky and Irving is currently questionable as injured, so I'm not gonna do that.
Well,
I'm just gonna have Bijan. Okay,
That's
then
a
I'll just
shame, isn't it?
then I'll
That's
just
such
throw
a shame.
Chase. Then I'll just throw Chase Brown. And what I'm saying is if Bucky Irving ends up playing, you just screwed yourself because now I have a full lineup.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's all right.
you're guaranteed someone on my lineup is getting 0 points right now.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to do that. You just have to acknowledge that we were right and you were wrong.
I believe there were other things that we also said last week that I was also right and you guys were wrong about. Oh yeah, I remember. You guys said the Jaguars were going to lose to the Niners.
Weird.
Yeah,
That shouldn't have
definitely.
happened.
McKay's
Super
mic
weird.
is breaking again. McKay,
Oh man,
you little biscuit, you.
he got lucky leaving.
No, I think he was hearing the whole thing. He just couldn't say anything because his mic has been poopy for some reason.
Yeah.
He was having a server error earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Moving on.
So it's moving on to the fun part because I want McKay to be here for the fun part.
Oh, so we have to wait. That's dumb.
No, we don't have to wait because the podcast is already starting to go over time significantly, and I still have homework to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Before we move on, if we're gonna actually do upset of the week this week, I have a suggestion. We can we can gamify it. Okay. So we have the spreads
Oh boy.
from Las Vegas, right?
Oh no, not
So-
the gambling gods.
Yeah. So if you can choose for your upset of the week, whatever team you want, whoever's team has the worst
I'm
spread.
not doing more punishments.
Or-
My gosh.
No,
here
this
we
isn't
go.
a punishment. You just win. That's all I'm
Hey, there it
saying. You win.
is.
If you're the team you pick has the worst odds for the upset, I think you win.
Win what?
For
What
the
do we
week.
win?
The glory.
Pat on the back, high five.
It's not enough for him.
Attaboy.
I mean,
I'm just saying because if you take the easy upset, Texas beating the Ravens, that's a 1 point spread, 1.5 point spread. That's not much. That's not a
I don't even
but you
know
could go
what
with the safe
full
bet.
spread is for all of the teams. I think the biggest
Well, that's why
one that
you
I was
look it
seeing-
up.
I don't want to look it up. I look
The biggest one is Indianapolis against the Raiders.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the biggest one is Colts and Raiders, which sneakily I could see the Raiders winning.
Actually, sorry, it's actually the
Yeah.
Texans and the Cardinals. 7
No,
it's
it's
Lions,
Lions,
and Bengals. 10
Bengals.
and a half.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you take
Yeah.
Lions and Bengals
That
as
was a
your
big
upset
spread.
of the week, and they actually get upset, you would win for that week.
I feel
But
like
you'd
if I
have to take the
bet on
gamble.
the Lions to win that game, I would get back a penny.
Probably.
My upset of the week is actually going to be the game that I chose of Jaguars versus Chiefs. I have the Jaguars going over the Chiefs.
Okay. That is a 3.5 point spread.
And this is a decent one. It's doable.
I got the Panthers
What's-
beating the Dolphins.
Oh, I can see that one.
That's my upset of the week.
Okay, so that's a 1.5. It's pretty safe. Pretty safe.
It is
You
pretty
already
safe.
know my
Yeah,
upset of the week.
Matt, are you taking Patriots? That's a pretty good.
that is a good one.
No, I think I want to be more spiteful and say the
Bengals
Chiefs
beat the
lose.
Oh, so you're going with me.
Pure spite.
My favorite flavor of soda, Spite.
Ugh.
Okay, and I'm saying Raiders take the Colts.
All right.
Tyler going
Nice.
with one of the bigger gambles I see.
Well, you guys are all conservative. I want something fun.
3.5 points is not that conservative.
No, Raiders. Oh, well, I mean, it's a little conservative.
Fine, I'll say the Vikings upset the Browns. Or the other way around, the Browns beat the Vikings.
I think I did pick the Browns to beat the Vikings and to pick them this
That's
week.
also a 3.5 point spread.
Actually, Jets beating the Cowboys is a good one too. That one's tempting.
I'm seeing that Vikings
could
are
see that.
actually 5.6 favorites to win. This is through ESPN though, so I don't know. It's not the full Vegas odds here.
They've got a 2.5 spread.
Vegas. You know what? I'm too lazy to look at all this stuff, especially with all the ads popping up.
Let's go into our for the fun then, if that's the case. Matt, in the meantime, though, while we go through this, though, would you be able to find out for us once again who the like the most expensive games are this
Oh baby.
this upcoming week?
I saw that, and
Cool.
none of them are over $300.
Lame.
What a
Wow.
boring week.
The most
For
expensive
that
game.
Miami
I already had
Florida
it up.
State game is expensive.
Yeah.
Wait, there's one in Ireland, isn't there? Shouldn't that be expensive?
That was last week.
That was
That was last
week.
week.
Oh,
It was the first Vikings game. That was the most
That's
expensive
right.
last week.
Yeah, it was. The most expensive game this week, since I already had it up, is the Broncos and Eagles at $277 a ticket.
I can see that.
really?
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit surprising. And then next, it's the Patriots and Bills at $236, and then the rest of the games are all in the hundreds. But you'll never guess the cheapest game.
I'm trying to think, is it a game that
I won't
nobody wants to watch?
Yes, 100%.
Here's the irony. I don't want to watch
What is
Bengals
Vikings
Lions.
Browns? Vikings Browns.
Nope.
I
What
don't
is
wanna-
Titans Cardinals?
Oh,
It is Titans and Cardinals. You
Yep.
could watch that
Yes!
game for $19.
dang, I would go. I would totally
Is
go.
it at Nissan Stadium?
Yes.
No, it's in
I was at
Arizona.
Oh, no, it's in
so-
Arizona.
It's in Arizona.
Might as well
Yeah.
go down, right? Okay, let's go down
Right?
and see a game. And actually,
the
this one,
Titans?
yeah, for the Titans.
Why I'm putting Kyler Murray in this week. He's playing the Titans. I'm gonna get some
Gosh.
good points out of that.
Alright, let's move to our for the fun. We gotta churn through these because
Yes,
it's
sir.
late.
Okay, cool. Here's how we're gonna do this for our coach's hot seat. Rather than just us all kind of like sharing our thoughts with it, I'm just gonna like delegate one person to talk about each of these coaches and where they think they're gonna be at. So as a little reminder for the tiers, we have the seat is warm, the seat is hot, or the seat is very hot, like it's the raging flames of hell hot, and they're gonna be canned any week. So let's go
Wow.
through these players here. Let's Tyler, let's kick it off with you. Where do you think Mike McDaniel's sitting right now?
Mike McDaniels. I would say lukewarm.
It's either warm,
That-
hot, or very hot.
Are those
Yeah.
my options?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, those
okay,
are the tiers I just
sorry,
gave you.
I did-
Seat is warm, seat is hot, or seat is very hot. So basically,
Oh,
what I'm saying
okay.
is, it's like they could be in jeopardy. They are in jeopardy, or it's like they could get fired any week this season.
Oh, okay. I can see now. Sorry, I didn't scroll down far enough.
Oh, gotcha.
Seat is warm.
Sure.
Seat is okay. I think warm. Oh, I'm gonna stick with the warm. Lukewarm. Warm. Okay. I think warm.
Wow.
I don't think Mike McDaniel is in as hot of water as some of these other players. I think he's pretty well liked by the franchise, and I think Oh, looking at that record though,
The record's bad. Tyreek Hill is hurt.
the record's bad.
Things look
Tyreek's
bad.
hurt.
And
See, but
the
here's
lack
the
of playoff
question:
success.
with one of their stars out, I mean, I don't feel like there's much confidence in the players on that team is part of the problem. And so does it. Okay, I'm gonna put him in hot. C is hot. I'm not going very hot. I'm gonna go hot. Final answer.
All right, Matt, what do you think about John Harbaugh for the Ravens? Do you think, normally he's always been pretty safe, but do you think he's in any danger this year?
I think he's on warm.
Yeah, at least a little bit on notice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's like, hey, you got to figure it out, So.
And what do you think about Kevin Stefanski for the Browns? Multi-time coach of the year, but with a really bad team and a lot of quarterback confusion.
I'm like, there's so much confusion. Gosh. I feel like this is one of the harder ones because I always look at the ownership, and the ownership, I'm like, the Browns turn over players and coaches pretty fast, so I want to say hot.
Okay.
Do I think it's deserved?
And
No.
Yeah. I will follow up with Zach Taylor for the Bengals. I think his seat is hot. Not very hot. I don't think he's going to get let go in the middle of the season, but I believe at the very end of the season he will be let go.
Especially with
So
Jamar
he's
Chase.
really-
on the hot seat. Yep. I think he's on notice.
There you
Tyler,
go.
back to you. D'Amico Ryans, Houston Texans. You think he's in any
I think
danger?
Just warm. I think just warm. I think he's pretty
Really?
safe this year. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'd
would
agree
be
with
pretty
that.
surprised I would be pretty surprised if Ryans was let go. He's 2 years in, and I think everyone's seen a pretty young quarterback trying to figure out his role, and they've done decent the last 2 years. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Matt, Bryce Callahan, Tennessee Titans.
I would say he's warm if you had to put him in a seat. I don't think.
What?
I think he's
he
warm.
might get. I think he might be the first domino,
That's
but
what I'm
okay.
thinking. He's been there for 3
Uh,
seasons. He had like a 5-17 or what's his record as coach? It was bad.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to bring in a new coach to develop Cam Ward instead of him. Yeah.
I think it's like it. I don't know. I think he won't get canned in the middle of the season. I think it'll be more like towards the end.
Yeah.
Like, I
Okay.
don't think he's gonna get canned like next week, because who knows? Like all of a sudden they could go on a tear the next few games and play really well.
I mean, I will say this is his second season as a head coach, but he is currently sitting at 3-7 or 3-18. That's bad.
Yeah. So I guess I would say he's hot. Let's go with hot. Let's do hot.
Yeah. I like that. All right. Shane, why not? Shane Steichen for the Colts. Now I recognize,
I was gonna say, I'm like,
3-1,
put
but
him in warm. Colts are
yeah. What if the
3-1,
season
he's
continues
doing
to go
good.
downhill?
Yeah, I was like, unless the season goes downhill,
Yeah, right.
I think I don't even think he's on the seat right now.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Okay, so I gotta throw Brian Schottenheimer on here because if you're a Dallas coach, you're always on the hot seat. It's just how it is with freaking Jerry Jones. But I think Brian Schottenheimer right now actually is on his seat but I still don't think he'll get let go within 1 year. I just think as of right now, with where they're at, things aren't exactly looking great for him, and he could potentially use as a scapegoat. But I don't know if that's going to happen just yet. So that's where I'll put him. Tyler, Brian Dable for the Giants.
I don't know that you can say that he deserves his seat just because they drafted decent and they're having a little bit of success. So I would say very hot. I don't think the last couple seasons and even this year, I mean, considering they just let go of a quarterback who went to the Colts, who's now looking like he might have been decent, but he just maybe came from a terrible
Mhm.
program.
Dun, dun, dun,
So I'd say very hot.
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, Matt,
Dan.
back over to you. Kyle Shanahan.
I think he's on the hot seat.
I think you're right.
Like, yeah, like you could look at the whole injury thing and it's, oh yeah, it's injury, it's injury, boss, it's injury. Trust me, it's injury. But it's like, how long will he beat that horse until they realize that he hasn't made good decisions?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Shane, Jonathan Gannon.
I would say he's warm.
Mm-hmm.
Third
That's a good call.
season, he's 12-22 overall. He started bad his first year. He improved their record significantly in the second year. So I think he's earning some favor right now.
Mm-hmm. Tyler, I'm gonna switch this up here. I'll take the last one here because I need you to I need you to take Raheem Morris for the Falcons. I need to get your take on this.
Okay, well, if it had been 2 weeks ago, I would say very hot.
Mm-hmm.
But he came out, took full responsibility for that loss, and said 100% this is on me. And then they come out the next week and they look dang good. So I'd put him back to warm. I don't think he's off the burner because I think that loss is still a little too fresh in people's memories. And I think he's got to prove it more than just 1 week. But if he can keep some fluidity moving here with our offense, I'd say he's got a job, but he's got to keep it for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Well, I'll take Dave Canales here at the end. I think his seat is hot too with the Panthers, and I say that just because obviously it hasn't been looking good for them there. And secondly, David Tepper is kind of a hothead and usually likes to fly off the handle, so I could see him going here pretty soon. Again, using Shane's conversation of the whole, what does ownership do sort of thing.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And with that, that is the conclusion of our grand episode this week. It was pretty fantastic, Shane. I'll give it to you now.
See?
It was good.
Every episode is fantastic if you go in with that mindset. You be like Cam Scatterboo and you just run right through that lineman. And then if anybody watches YouTube shorts, me and McKay were discussing this earlier. I don't know if Tyler or Matt have looked at this with Insane Shane and just having the Cam Scatterboo just run to the goalpost and just bang his head against it.
I did not see that.
Oh, it is a great short that you should watch.
Gonna have to watch that.
I posted it in our text for commissioners only.
It's pretty good. He's a funny dude.
Oh my gosh. I'm actually really proud of myself that I kept my mouth shut on the last comment. That in chat you guys can see what I was about to say, but I bit my tongue and said, no, this is radio, this is a podcast, you should
Yeah. Too soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Woo! And on that note,
I'm getting tired.
We're gonna end it before Matt loses all control.
Filter's going down. Let's call it a night. Wow.
The Starship Enterprise is going down.
Yep.